So I've been a small business owner before, and I would definitely agree with Jeff. Regulations. When I had a motorcycle shop, and the ridiculousness of permits and regulations, I had to pay for a permit just to bring a motorcycle into the building and take it back out. That was a whole separate permit. We are smothering our small business owners with regulations, taxes, and government should never pick winners or losers. What businesses were closed down during COVID? Small businesses. We're smothering them, we're killing them. We need to unleash the entrepreneurial spirit and allow them the freedom to run their business, create things, design things, make things, sell things and products. But we're hindering them with taxes and regulations and all of these types of things. One of the first things I would do for that question, and my district represents several different cities, is I would meet with the mayor, with the Chamber of Commerce, with small business owners, and talk to them and ask them, how can we work together? How can we partner together to help in Grain Valley for economic development? What can I do on a state level? I want to hear from them, from people right in the community. I would do that in Independence, Grain Valley, Oak Grove, and talk to them to hear, let's work together. How can we do it? And come to some solutions, because that's what I'm about. I'm about finding solutions, not just talking about things. That's why I'm running. To find some solutions, safeguard our freedoms and our liberties, let small business owners loose to do what they do best. Because this nation runs on the back of small business owners, not the big corporations. Thank you. So I think affordable housing is really part of a much larger issue, and that's the skyrocketing inflation. Everything is expensive. I think a good way to start to fix that is to elect another administration from the president on down, and elect the party that our lives are a little bit better 4 years ago to start. And we need to lower inflation. We have, I'm going to repeat this again, one of the problems with skyrocketing home prices, my wife's been selling real estate for over 30 years, and we've seen a lot of ups and downs here in the last few years. But you have these big corporations coming in and paying cash over list price, and then it raises the value of everybody else's house in the neighborhood. And then what happens with the county assessment? Then they're assessing our taxes at those high inflated values. And it just keeps going and going, and it's taxing us out of our homes. It's keeping younger people from being able to buy homes. Look at the interest rates now. We got an interest rate not too awful long ago at 2.8. I don't know what it is now, but it's not 2.8. And so inflation, and the government's printing dollars like crazy. Our dollars are worth less. Inflation is skyrocketing. We have these big corporations coming and buying in. Jackson County is unhinged with these property taxes. I have talked to so many elderly people that are on fixed incomes crying because they're going to lose their home. They can't afford the taxes on it. So it's just a domino effect. And not only does it increase our values, and then the assessments, and then our insurance to insure our homes goes up. So we have to be able to limit these corporations from buying our homes. And just they're buying up whole neighborhoods. And we have to cap our assessments. I know Representative Coleman for 6 years has had a bill to cap our assessment at 2% a year, 4% for an assessment year. We have to be able to cap them to be reasonable so we can keep elderly. We have an aging population. We need to keep our elderly in their homes as long as they want to. They've lived there, they've worked for them, they paid for them, and now we're taxing them out of their house? It's criminal is what it is. And we need to protect our property rights. But there's a lot of work that needs to be done there. And these big corporate investors are part of the problem. But inflation, we've got to rein in inflation. That's got to come from the federal government. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for the question. And this, again, is one of the major issues that I'm running on. And I do agree we need to have an elected assessor And because we do have an appointed one, but that's not the answer because we have elected officials that can do just as much to us as an appointed one. But I do think that we definitely need an elected assessor. We need to, and I'm planning on working with Representative Coleman to get our assessments capped. We need to get them at a cap and whatever we can agree on in the legislature. So 14.9 is where they're at now, unless there's a physical inspection. 14.9 is too high. It's too high to raise people's assessments. So an elected assessor, we need to cap those. Did you know artificial intelligence is being used to assess your property? We need to get rid of it. We need to eliminate artificial intelligence, go back to real people doing this. And those are a few of the things that I would like to see done and that I would do. And we need to rein in our counties. They're just, especially Jackson County, it's running wild. We have to put a stop to this. And they're even ignoring the state tax commission right now. So it's just out of control. So we've got to, I know I've said this probably 3 different times, but we have to secure people's property rights. It's number one. And John Adams said this, it's one of my favorite quotes, and I've been using it a lot. If we cannot secure our property rights, we do not have liberty. And I completely agree with that. We have to have the right to own stuff and to keep it and not the government to tax us out of it or away from it. Personal property taxes are really high on our vehicles and everything that we own. We're paying rent. We've already paid sales tax for our personal property, and then we have to pay taxes every year just for the privilege of owning it. We're being taxed everywhere, and we're being double taxed, triple taxed. And we have to rein all of this stuff in because we are killing people with this. We are limiting their freedom and their liberty. And we have to stop it. We have to find ways to come together, work together, and stop it. Thank you.